everybody, this is Miss Bufford, and in this video we're going to talk about Lewis dot structures for ionic compounds. So our learning goals for this video are just to be able to draw the Lewis dot structures to illustrate the movement of electrons when ionic bonds are formed. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw the Lewis dot structure for lithium fluoride. And lithium fluoride is made of lithium and fluorine. And so step one is to draw the Lewis dot structures for each atom in this compound. So I'm going to go ahead and draw those here. Then we want to show the transfer of electrons from the metal to the nonmetal. So lithium is a metal. It's got a low electronegativity and it's going to lose electrons. And fluorine is a nonmetal right over here, and it is going to gain electrons from lithium. So we're going to just show that quick transfer of electrons. And then step 3 is to draw some brackets around the anion, which is going to end up being fluorine. It's going to have a negative charge once it gains that electron from lithium. And step 4 is just to indicate the charges on each of these ions. And so we don't have to draw brackets around lithium. The brackets are around fluorine just to show that it possesses all of those electrons. All right, and so this is the Lewis dot structure for the ionic compound lithium fluoride. Let's take a look at another example. And so in this example, we're going to be drawing the Lewis dot structure for magnesium oxide, and that's composed of magnesium and oxygen right here. So we're going to draw those Lewis dot structures first. So here are my Lewis dot structures for magnesium and oxygen. And now I want to show the transfer of valence electrons from magnesium to oxygen. So remember, magnesium, it's only got 2 valence electrons. It's going to get rid of both of those. And oxygen, it has 6 valence electrons. It needs 2, so it's going to take those from magnesium here. So let's go ahead and show how those are transferred from magnesium to oxygen. And then we're going to draw our brackets around oxygen, showing that oxygen is the one that's now possessing all of those electrons. And we need to indicate the charges. So because magnesium lost its 2 electrons, it's going to have a +2 charge. And because oxygen gained those 2 electrons, it's going to have a -2 charge. All right, so this would be the completed Lewis dot structure for magnesium oxide. Now let's look at one that's a little bit more difficult. So now I'm drawing the Lewis dot structure for aluminum oxide. And if you'll see that aluminum oxide contains 2 aluminum atoms and 3 oxygen atoms. And so when we draw the Lewis dot structures here for these, we want to draw one for each atom in the compound. And so that means we have to show both aluminums and all 3 oxygens in this Lewis dot structure. And when the compounds are really large, you just have to alternate the ions. So like this, I'm drawing the Lewis dot structures, but I'm alternating them so that opposite charges are going to end up being next to each other. Okay, so we want those opposite charges to end up next to each other. And now we just have to show how the electrons are going to be transferred from the metal to the nonmetals. So for this first aluminum atom, 2 of its electrons are going to that first oxygen, and 1 of the electrons remaining is going to that other oxygen. And then the other aluminum is going to give 1 electron to this oxygen and 2 electrons to this other oxygen over here. And so we've got this, balanced distribution of electrons between these atoms. So we're going to put our brackets around the oxygen atoms to show that they are possessing all of those electrons now. And now we just need to indicate the charge on each ion. So remember, aluminum, each aluminum atom lost 3 valence electrons, so it's going to have a +3 charge. And oxygen, each one gained 2 electrons, so they're going to have -2 charges. And so this would be the completed Lewis dot structure for the ionic compound aluminum oxide. And so I hope this video was helpful to show you how to draw Lewis dot structures. If you have any questions, go ahead and write them in your notes, and we can talk about them in class. Thank you for watching Bufford Chemistry. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more chemistry help.